Hey everybody, this is Johnny Beane, and we're live. It's 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific, February 18th, 2020. Need a website. Wix, I already used your website. It's not that great. Wow. Hey, man.
Hey.
What's up, dude?
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm very good. Trying to get things settled here.
Mm-hmm.
David Nesdahl is here, and before I forget, you guys, I've been saying this for a long time, but I'm podcasting everything now. So this episode will be a podcast. You can look down in the links in the description at the links, or Nightbot should be putting out the link. Hopefully, if Nightbot's here. There we go. Subscribe to us on iTunes. Leave us 5 stars. Leave us some reviews. We'd appreciate that. And you can also listen to us on Stitcher, Spotify. Where else? TuneIn. And I'm trying to get us on to iHeartRadio as well. That's one of the big ones. So again, podcast. This is a podcast. And if you're listening to this on the podcast, watch the video. There'll be a link in the description of the podcast of this episode where you can watch us on video. You can see me pointing at the camera right now if you're watching the video.
It's like going backwards.
Yeah. I'm pointing at David Nesdahl right now on the video. I'm pointing at what looks like a new Guitar Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Right there. Tune in to see what guitar that is. Don't even mention what it is. Make people tune into the video.
No.
From the podcast. And also subscribe to us here on YouTube. Subscribe. Leave a thumbs up. Tweet out this video. I'll retweet you. I promise. Tag me on Facebook. Tag me on Instagram. Join the Discord. There's so much stuff going on.
Damn it. You
So
beat me
many
to it.
different things. Yeah, I know. Well, yeah, the Discord, actually, right above you. It says join us on the Discord.
Oh, well, you keep saying it.
John! Hey!
It's not the Discord, it's the Discord. Not that chord, Discord.
That's right.
Is that the Discord?
No, this is Discord.
Now look at that thing. Dude, that guitar is like if Green Lantern got an EVH guitar. Look at that thing.
John Mancuda, everybody, listening from the podcast.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, you look great, by the way. Your connection is
Yeah, you know why? Because I talked to my internet company. And you know what they said? Pay your bill, you cheap fucking Jew. And I did. And they gave me back internet. So,
awesome.
yeah.
Right
Joe
on.
Harvey, Mr. BHB Jr., Sandra Pocorni.
Is that Bruce?
Hi, everybody.
Welcome. Yeah, welcome. Oh, yeah, and this is Talking Guitars and 80's Metal Live.
You're first telling them that 4 minutes in?
Yeah, I had to read the entire sheet of stuff, you know.
What sheet? What I miss?
Oh, just let them know that this is a podcast as well.
Ah.
And
Yeah, the opening
to it.
spiel. The
Subscribe
Oh,
to
you're
us
opening
on,
spiel now.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
your spiel.
I'm out of breath.
It's okay. That's probably all you're going to say the whole night anyway.
Probably. Speaking of the podcast, though, I really do. I really do work that the what do you call it? I really put the production into the audio. So if you think this sounds good, if you're watching this on YouTube, head over to Spotify, head over to iTunes, listen to us over there, and like ask Michael Smith. Actually, Michael Smith listened to it in his car the other day, and he couldn't believe it.
Yeah, you know, he almost heard something from me, at least. The show is like the show is like 90% of me muffled, and then you and Dave crystal clear.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like Mr. and Dave and Johnny.
Yeah,
From
but
the Flintstones, for those that don't know. Hello, Mr. Blah, blah, blah.
Mr.
yeah, but no, I take the time and I put in the audio production work for the podcast, and so I clean everything up. You know, I hella compress everything, and so all the levels, everything is like the same level on the podcast, unlike here.
There you go.
What?
I said, there you go. Can you hear me, Mr. Beane?
I thought you said Dago.
There you go.
Yeah, actually, I need some more volume.
I have this beautiful, expensive microphone, and it still sounds like shit.
That's what's coming out of the mouth.
Yeah. Well, I'm full of shit, but that's something else. Dwight Bailey, Fruitcake Tony. Who else said hi to me? Music Therapy Laz. Oh, Fruitcake Tony, I'm going to talk about that tour. We'll get to it. Trust me. James Gum, how are you? How is everybody?
Very good.
How you feeling, Dave?
I'm great. I'm feeling really good today, actually. Papa Blue asked me a question. He says, I ordered a Kramer Beretta Special, the cheap fixer-upper model. Is it a good platform guitar?
That's the Special Olympics model.
Well, I kind of find it funny how you ask me the question after you get the guitar, but I can't answer because I've never played one. I would imagine it would be a good platform guitar, but the thing is, you can't put a Floyd on it unless you have major work done to it because it's not set up for that. It's going to cost a lot of money if you're looking to put a Floyd Rose on it or stuff like that. Pickups, changing pickups is easy. That stuff's easy. But if you bought that guitar thinking you bought a good cheap Kramer to put a Floyd Rose on it, I got news for you. You probably should have bought one with a Floyd Rose on it because it's going to cost you as much to put one on as it would have to get one.
But you did buy a good cheap Kramer, with that said.
Yes.
For that money, I think that's a good guitar for the money.
I think so, too. I've never played one, but I got to imagine that it's got to be pretty good.
I played one. And yeah, they're pretty good. But yeah, like Dave was saying, I would leave it as it is. And, get something else that has a Floyd Rose on it.
Yeah, I mean, enjoy it for the guitar it is. For the price, you got a good guitar.
Well, and the thing is, he didn't say he was going to put a Floyd on it. He said, is it a good platform to build upon?
Oh.
Now, the only thing that you could really build on that guitar is putting a Floyd on it.
And pickups.
It's a one pickup guitar. So, yeah.
Yeah. Let's look at it.
What does that come standard with?
I have no idea. I really don't know.
That's the Kramer Beretta Special, right?
Yeah.
Does it come with a JB or is that?
I don't think it's got a Duncan in it. I don't think so. It might be a Duncan design, or it might even be a Kramer pickup or Gibson pickup. It's probably a Gibson pickup since Kramer's owned by Gibson.
That would make sense.
Some sort of Gibson pickup.
Let's say. Mm-hmm. Johnny, do you have the specs on that one?
Let's find it. Yeah, I'm just now jumping in.
While Johnny's looking for that, could we give a quick shout out, happy birthday to Tommy Coletti of the Music Zoo?
Happy birthday, Tommy.
Oh. Happy birthday, Tommy.
Happy birthday, man. Tommy Coletti, Music Zoo, friend of the show. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I remember he walked right by us. Was that last year?
Hey, asshole! No, I speak to Tommy. I got a guitar from Music Zoo this year from NAMM that I will eventually bring on the show.
Nice. Yeah, that was last year that we saw him. And no, he didn't just walk by. We actually talked to him.
We spoke to him. Yeah, he spoke to us in front of the Charvel room.
It was in the middle. Actually, it was in the middle section, in between the two.
Right.
The two rooms.
Yeah.
Okay, here's that Kramer Beretta Special. This is the one, right?
Yes.
Is that the one that he got?
That's the one.
What's the price point of that? 180?
It's $179. Yeah.
Even less.
I do like the candy apple blue look. I do like that color.
Yeah. I'll tell you, don't they also make it in purple, or is that another model?
I don't know.
They probably make them in all different.
Probably in a couple of colors. Yeah, there's a purple one right next to it.
There is?
Yeah.
Oh, right
Scroll
there.
up.
Right there.
Scroll up. Scroll up.
There it is.
Right there to the right.
Like magic.
Hey. Is that Bruce?
That's a nice color purple too.
That's beautiful.
Hmm?
Dude, for $179, how can you go wrong?
Well, you can go wrong by trying to put a Floyd on it.
Yeah, I mean, you can make a mess of it, but hopefully just as it is, you switch the pickup out, and if you're not happy with that pickup, you might be.
And look,
James Gum, thank you, man.
Look at the headstock. James Gum.
Coming through with more money than I've seen all year. Thank you, brother.
What's everyone's number one choice for a style of electric guitar you wouldn't be caught dead with, or at least don't like the style of?
Fender Jaguar or Mustang?
Oh, those are awesome.
Not to me.
What if they have had a Floyd on them?
I don't care if they come with Floyd Rose himself.
Oh, wow. Did you see that all the Floyd Rose social medias posted a picture of Eddie? Was it yesterday?
No.
Or the day before, and it said Eddie Van Halen, Floyd Rose artist. Did you guys see that?
No.
Yeah, it was a picture of him from '79.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that makes sense because he was a Floyd Rose artist back then.
Definitely.
Speaking of the Floyds, right there, there's no room for a nut.
I'll bust a nut on that guitar.
You'd put double the price of the guitar into putting the Floyd on the guitar.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Sense.
Yeah. Yeah, don't
more
start
actually.
drilling a Floyd for that one.
In New York, the price of putting a Floyd on a guitar that doesn't have a Floyd route in anything is over $500.
James Gum, Amanda Coombs, how are you guys? Welcome. Eduardo Marino Porto says $179 is an excellent price for make some experiences with the guitar, testing pickups, hardware. He's right, and that's a good profile neck on it too.
It is. Look how far out that bar is.
That guitar's got an erection.
Well, I mean, that's the way all Fender tremolos are. All Fender tremolos are Fender style tremolos are high like that.
I think my cock is as thick as that bar.
I don't know. That looks a little too out there to me.
No,
little too much.
I didn't say it's as long.
I'm telling you, that's the way all Fender tremolos are, like original style Fender tremolos.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys think in the chat? That looks a little.
I know. I think they come out that much. Who's that cat with the beard?
I'm trying to figure that out.
Is that his boner? Who is that? Hey, fellas. Who is that?
I think that's the sales guy.
Well, geez.
Oh, I can start a chat with him.
Oh boy.
No, he's the dude that interviews all the celebrities on musicians no, maybe it's not. I don't know who that is.
It says musician's friend. It says having trouble. One of our gearheads is available to help. Would you like to chat? So I guess that's the available gearhead to chat.
Should we do a live chat on this guitar?
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
Oh, where'd it go?
We're live. We'll do it live. Hey, Thomas Santiago. Sandra Pocorni says she wouldn't buy it. Why?
Yeah. Too much trouble. Oh well. Anyway, cool guitar.
I think for the money, I think it's bang for the buck. I do.
She says she doesn't like it. Well, I don't like it.
Well, it don't like you.
It doesn't like you.
It's like that horse on Ren and Stimpy. No, sir, I didn't like it.
Never saw it.
Anyway.
You never saw Ren and Stimpy?
I've seen Ren and Stimpy. I never saw that on Ren.
Oh, the horse. The horse. Okay. Yeah, I think for 179, I think that's a cool bang for the buck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
I
Definitely.
mean, what do you want for like under $200? I mean, it's got a maple board, it's got a trem, I mean, come on.
I'll tell you what I want for under $200.
A hand job.
I want more than that.
Well, listen, if you pay me cash, we'll talk after the show.
I'd pay you $200 to get the fuck away from me.
That's most women. Let's see. Does anyone, Renus Pinkel wants to know, anyone play the new Epiphone Les Paul classic guitars? They play as good as the Gibbies. Well, here's the problem. I don't think, and again, this is just me, you guys chime in with me. I don't think the new Gibsons play very well at all. I think they're built kind of half-assed, unless you're talking like, the historic 59s that are like $7,000 and up.
Yeah, when you're talking Gibson USA, you're not talking Custom Shop. Custom Shop is its own entity,
right?
Yes.
So what do you think? Do you know the Epiphones as far as what they play like?
Listen, this is my opinion only, and forgive me if you guys own Epiphones, but I think they're garbage. I really do. I think they're not worth the price you get for them. I think they should be less money. That's just my opinion. I'm not into them. They feel plastic to me. They don't feel real.
See, what I think Renus was bringing up is he feels the Epiphones feel good like the Gibsons, and I'm of the same thought you are, Dave. I think that the Gibsons, the regular production ones, feel closer to Epiphones.
Listen, no, you know what? I recently owned a 2019 Gibson USA SG.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm speaking for Les Pauls. I'm speaking for Les Pauls.
Same shit.
Okay.
I thought that guitar was very good, and then I played it. I played it and I liked it. I thought it was a good guitar, but then I played a Custom Shop one, and I played a real one, like that 62 that's up there. Even though it's a junior, it's still an SG.
Mm-hmm.
And the Gibson USAs don't come close to either one. They just don't.
How does the Custom Shop feel to the original?
Damn close. And they're two different guitars, but they feel, if you were to put a blindfold on, they feel damn close.
What if I put a blindfold and a ball gag on? How would it feel?
Oh.
It's like 50 Shades of Gray. Oh, 7 over 8 just came in, so it's 50 Shades of Jay.
Hey, Jay.
Hi, Jay.
Jay.
James Gum wants to know, what are your thoughts on the Bill Lawrence L500L and L500XL humbuckers? Just ordered one from Bill and Becky for the new build. Bill Lawrence humbuckers are fucking terrific, I think.
I don't know I don't know the model numbers to them, but if it's the same one that's on the Nuno N4 guitar, great pickup.
I don't know what's in the N4. I know I've had a lot of guitars with Bill Lawrence pickups. They have great tone. They're really reliable. I love them. Johnny?
I don't have any. I'm sure they're great.
All right. I just wanted to hear your voice.
Brad the sign guy wants to know what guitar I'm holding. I'm holding a green Music Man. This is actually an Axis EX, but it does say Eddie Van Halen on the headstock. And I mean, it's basically the same exact guitar. So yeah, it's just in green.
Is it? Is it really the same?
Yes. If you played this guitar and played your guitar, other than the gunk, you'd think it was the same guitar.
Metal Soda says I sound like Ray Romano. If I could get paid like Ray Romano, I'll sound like whatever you fucking want me to.
And you don't sound like Ray Romano at all. You don't whine like he does. You just don't.
Well, Seinfeld's more the whining character.
Well, so is Ray Romano.
You want me to suck your what?
Hey, Cameron Brown.
Kramer?
Hey, Amanda Coombs.
John BL 5150. Thank you. Yeah, I paid my internet bill, so I got internet tonight. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Dave, the top on that fucking guitar is stunning.
Hey, let's get a close up of that, shall we?
Yeah. Get it in closer. Move, pull it back slowly.
Hang on, let me lose that thumb.
Yeah, pull that back.
There you go.
Look at that thing. That is like quilt de jour. Like I said, if Green Lantern owned a guitar, he'd want that one with a maple neck. That's beautiful, bro.
Thank you.
Good on you. And what is it? You traded with Rob, right?
Yeah, I gave him my green PV with the sustainer pickup. He's been wanting that guitar for years.
That's
as long
cool,
as I've
man.
had it. He's like, I want that guitar. I'm like, so all right. So I'll tell the quick story. So he said he was coming over this weekend. And he's like, so what guitars you want me to bring? I'm like, why don't you bring that green Music Man guitar? And whatever else you want. He's like, okay, I could do that. So he brings it over, and the first thing that he does is take this out of the case and gives it to me. And I'm like, I know I can do something with this, because the action was a little high. It was, the strings probably haven't been changed since Craig painted the guitar. So, I was like, well, hey Rob, what do you say you leave this guitar here and take my green PV home? He's like, okay, okay. So that was it. And then
Nice.
I took this into the shop and proceeded to make it a Dave Nesdall guitar, and now it is. It's great.
It's like that opening credits for Robot Chicken, where you just see him working.
Yeah, pretty much. And when I was done with making it the way I like it, Rob picks it up. He's like,
What did I do?
really? No, he still wanted to do the trade, but he's like, man, that plays really good.
Well, they're both really good guitars. I think that's a win-win.
Yeah, yeah, it really is, in both ways.
Yeah,
But,
because I've played the other green one. That's a great guitar. This one looks stunning.
And it feels and plays great now. It played okay. It played pretty good before, but it's just a little bit better now.
By the way, for those of you guys not familiar with Nesdall's setup ability, fucking spectacular. I got a guitar set up by Dave.
Thank you.
Just amazing. For those of you that want a guitar set up by Dave, his website is theguitarwhisperer.guru.
Yes.
And, if you want a guitar built or whatever, he does all sorts of stuff.
So can I show you guys some photos of a guitar that'll be here next week?
Is it a Wancaster?
A Wancaster? What is that?
You never saw a Wancaster?
No.
Johnny, bring up a Wancaster photo for Dave.
I don't know if we can show that.
Sure we can. It's a guitar. It's a legitimate built brand guitar. And
Okay.
would you guys like to see
the action?
Would you like to see the guitar that I'll be having here next week?
Yes, as Johnny pulls up a photo. Yes.
All right. Let's get me on the thing already.
I throw.
You didn't. Yeah. Hang on. Let me
Hold on. Hold on.
Let's put it closer.
Wow. Is that a PRS?
Yep, it is.
Boy, I'll tell you, they bought like the stock of like quilted and flame maple, didn't they?
Let me show you.
Flame on that thing. Jesus.
Let me show first. Let's show you this.
Uh-huh.
And let me show you the headstock first. Hang on. Let me look at that flame. Holy crap.
Boy, they really work their wood, man.
Hang on. Let's get there. You see that? Then let me show you the neck.
Hold on. My pants are getting tighter. Hold on. Ah, there it goes.
How about that?
Jesus Christ. They have some amazing wood stock.
So what I did was I traded my Steinberger for that guitar and a boatload of cash, and we made a deal.
Nice.
Oh
Not a boatload of cash, but enough to make it right.
Wait
a
minute.
boatload of cash. Was that when you traded for a boatload of immigrant children?
Yes. What was the question, Johnny?
Didn't you once say that PRS guitars were?
Well, I'll tell you what. No, I didn't say that. I said I didn't care for them because I didn't like. They're like. There's
no. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gorgeous guitars, but they didn't do much for me. And then my friend. Then our friend Pete Caruch came over with his 2 days ago, and he has the same guitar but in like a black smoke color. And I played it. I'm like, oh my god, it was wonderful. It was just a wonderful guitar. It's great. It felt great. The Floyd on it worked great. You beat the crap out of it. It stayed in tune. It has a 5-way switch on it, which most PRSs don't have, so you can get the Strat sounds in the 2 and 4 position.
Does it have the volume?
Not a rotary. No, it's not a rotary. It's a 5-way switch like a Strat. It's got a volume and a tone and a 5-way switch, and you can get the Strat sounds from the in between, and it sounded great, felt great. I'm not a big fan of 24 fret guitars. That was even great. It was just a great guitar. The only difference between the one I'm getting and the one Pete has is mine is going to be a maple fretboard, maple neck guitar, where his is ebony, and mine is green, and his is black.
What model guitar is that? The one you were showing.
It's called a Custom 24 with Floyd Rose. You can get them at Sweetwater. They're a lot of money.
Sweetwater.
Custom.
I think PRS.
Holy
I've
crap.
said this on the show before. I think they're built really well. I think they look absolutely gorgeous. I can't bond with them. I don't know what the hell it is. For the feel, for me, just for me personally, I know a lot of people love them. I can't get into them. I don't know what it is.
It's okay. So Vista Light 1972 asks, what's the difference between your green guitar and Johnny's on the stand? Well, this is a Music Man guitar. Yes, that's the guitar that I got right there. I got that coming right now.
Never mind that. Speaking of coming, exactly, here's the Lancaster.
That's actually the color that our friend Pete had gotten.
That's pretty.
Did you see how much this thing is, John?
Yes, it's a lot of money.
Was it like 45, something like that? Even less. It's a bargain. No, but you know what? They use really good quality woods. They really do. I mean, it's not cheap, but you are getting a lot of quality there.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Jason McNamara.
Yeah.
Jason.
So
Man.
Also the deal, because the guy that has the one I'm getting had changed the pickups to the artist pickups. So they're not the pickups that are in that guitar, but he's sending me those pickups as well. So I'm getting 2 sets of pickups, and I'm getting like $100 Paul Reed leather strap with it as well in the hard case. So I'm getting a lot for plus cash he gave me. So I already got that in my PayPal today. So
order now, get 2 guitars and a chamois.
A ShamWow.
ShamWow. It sops up blood. It sops up jizz. ShamWow.
So let me finish. Who was it that asked the question? I'm sorry. It was...
That was 20 minutes ago.
No. Vista Light in 1972 wanted to know the difference between the screen guitar and your black guitar, Johnny. So this is a Music Man guitar, and the black guitar that Johnny has is an EVH branded Wolfgang Special.
Bozique says he knows why I don't like PRS because no 80s hair metal players played them back in the day. Actually, Ted Nugent did.
That's right. Ted Nugent played one, and I wanted one because of Ted Nugent and which video was it? The video for High Enough.
Yeah, he's got like what, like a black and white tiger or zebra?
He's got a black and white tiger. I think he also has a black and yellow tiger.
It's the one where he's on the porch playing the solo, and all the cops are like
shooting at him.
Well, yeah, and so I wanted one of those. That's the guitar I wanted, and then the next day I opened up the new Guitar World magazine and saw the ad for the brand new Edward Van Halen Music Man, and I'm like, I want that one instead.
What?
Thank you. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. This is the David Ennis model, EVH Wolfgang Special. I switched out the bridge. This is a German Floyd Rose, D-Tuna, big block.
Oh, when did you do that, Johnny?
What?
When did you switch out the Floyd on that?
When I got it.
Oh.
This was the Floyd that was on my Circles.
Oh, that's right. Is that the one that I got for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you again.
I'm not asking for you. Thank you, but you're welcome.
Well, fuck you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was years ago. It was a long time ago, but
Crowbar says I don't like PRS because it looks too much like a woman. Dude, if it looked like a woman, I'd get it in pink.
It looks too much like Crowbar doesn't like it because
my guitar.
yeah. Well, I mean the PRS guitars, they're so nice looking. You know, you don't want to scratch it up.
George Lynch had a blue one for a while.
He had a few of them. He played a few Paul Reed Smiths.
He had a blue and I think a yellow.
He had a yellow one as well. Yes.
Let's see. I might have a photo of them. Hold on. I think I do. For Mr. Lynch. Yeah, there you go. He had a blue and a yellow right there. You guys could see that. The two on the... I like the blue one. I mean, look, they're pretty guitars. I love figured wood. I love figured maple especially. They're really pretty. They look nice. I know they're a good build quality. I can't get into the feel of them. But Dave can.
I can. Fruitcake Tony wants to know if my picking hand is any better. And yes, it is. Picking hand.
Oh, so then you don't need those picks then, huh?
Well, here's my picks.
Yeah, I would still like to I'd love to have one, but I can play with a pick now. So yeah.
I got to send them to you. I got them.
Thank you.
The pistol picks.
Yeah, awesome.
What are those now?
They're pistol picks. These were in the basement of NAMM.
Oh, I didn't see those. You know what else was in the basement of NAMM?
Oh, how cool.
Coronavirus.
Oh, no. Videos on YouTube that mention that are getting totally just the plug pulled out of them. I'm not joking either.
Yeah.
Then I meant Corona beer.
Yeah.
If you thought last week's views sucked, mention that a few times, and they won't promote this video at all because of that. It's the truth too.
No problemo. Corona beer with a slice of lime. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah. Yeah. Renus Pinkle says, am I using the Yamaha THR with any special patches? Yes. This patch that I'm using now was made by Craig Stofko from CHS Custom Guitars. And he gave it to my buddy Pete, and my buddy gave it to me. And it's actually called Douche Bag You.
No, you can't say that either.
Yes, I can.
Ah.
What you can't say, douchebag?
Yeah, that's like the #1 bad word on YouTube is
Really?
that combination of words. Yeah.
Well, luckily I drop F-bombs usually, so we're golden.
Yeah, whatever. So it's the Amsterdam. He named it Amsterdam because it sounds like that 1995 Van Halen Amsterdam sound. And I'm not going to play the song so Johnny yells at me. So
Well, we're flagged anyway because of the two things you guys just said. Did you know
I've torpedoed the show.
we're flagged already?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely. Where's my I don't have my iPod. Crap, I have audio of Eddie playing, warming up with Amsterdam when they did one of those club shows. Actually, in Amsterdam.
That's cool.
Remember when they did that? And it's a soundboard audio as well. Crap! If I had my whatever it is, I could play some of it. Anyway,
Her V84 wants to know: am I looking at any amps? I really have enough amps. I mean, I'm not a big amp head. I'm more of a guitar guy. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 amps. I'm good.
yeah, I played through your. Was it your Marshall?
I think my Marshall Silver Anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
I still my favorite go-to amp is my little GK ML250 lunchbox. I love that thing.
My
Bo Zeke says if I get Johnny's channel demonetized, I better get some acting gig because I'll need to financially support him. Well, luckily, we have Bang Energy Drink.
Money.
Bang Energy Drink. Thank you, Bang.
Which one is that one?
This is also sweet peach Georgia tea. I'm sorry, Georgia peach sweet tea.
Oh,
Look at that.
That's got to taste great.
It really is. This is like my 4th can of this one. I really do like their teas. It tastes better than my pee. Yeah, but thank you, Bang Energy Drink. Still with us after all this bullshit.
I'm not. I hate to say it, but I can't touch that stuff.
Yes, you can. Or you can be real quiet about it.
Why do you hate to say it? I hate to say this, but
I can't drink energy drinks. I can barely drink regular black tea. You know, I got super. Ask Michael Smith. We did a quick show yesterday talking about the brand new the EVH skateboard. Remember those skateboards at NAMM?
Oh yeah, we saw those at NAMM.
Yeah, they released those now. So there's the EVH one, there's a Charvel one, there's a Jackson one, and anyway, Michael Smith and we were live for about half an hour yesterday talking about those, and I was all caffeined up, and he'll tell you.
You guys are shooting half pipes.
I couldn't think.
Skateboard.
I thought I heard Eddie Van Halen has one, but his has a Lamborghini engine in it.
I believe it.
Oh yeah.
Hugh Caldwell wants to know: have I played a Laney Ironheart amp? I have not. I mean, I know Laney makes good amps. Have you guys played one?
I haven't played a Laney since Ibanez bought them.
Johnny?
I played one decades ago.
Probably before Ibanez bought them. When they were good.
Long time ago.
I've also played the older ones.
It might have been like a solid state one.
That's probably an Ibanez one. I don't think they were solid state back when they were. They make both. Ibanez make a solid state version and a tube version, Laney. But
This was in the 90s. It was in the 90s.
Yeah, I think Ibanez bought them back then. But then in the 70s and early 80s, they were their own entity, and they were great amplifiers. I know Warren DeMartini used them for a while as well.
I mean, back in the day, the one I tried was great. I don't remember what model it was. Is that how much that skateboard costs? Is $200?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. But it's made out of recycled aircraft aluminum.
Wow.
So it won't break. It won't bust up. And somebody had mentioned that that's actually a good deal for that, because a lot of skateboards are the wooden ones are like that much.
Yeah, Bo Zeke, I'm not going to try Monster because Bang endorses the show. Not Monster, Bang energy drink. So yes, we're going with our sponsor.
Uh-huh.
There we go. Delicious. Papa Can, it's the best sex you ever had.
Oh my God.
And Swiss Picks. Just saying. Friend of the show.
Mm-hmm. Now that's the truth.
Yeah. We love Pete over at Swiss Picks. Let's see here. I want to bring up a couple of fun things. Oh, there it is. By the way, today there will be 2 show and tell guitars. Like I said last week's show and tell guitar didn't show up very well, so I'll be bringing that one back in. And I have another very cool one.
We couldn't even. I have no idea what that guitar was last time. I couldn't see it at all.
Like a black blob. I said last week, I didn't even have a fucking guitar. I actually just held up Blue Rhino and I said, here's the show and tell guitar. But the reception was so fucking bad, it looked like a guitar. I said, yep, here's the BC Rich Rhino gunslinger. And here it is. Here's the pickups and the notice the slimline neck, and yeah, it was actually Blue Rhino I was holding up.
Mm-hmm. Did you see the thumbnail? Did you see the thumbnail I made for that video?
That's a great thumbnail. You made it really late, but
yeah, if you look real close though, you can't even see your face. If you look real close, man,
it looks like a blob of shit, which looks like my face.
You look like you have the same eyes of like Barney Rubble.
Just the 2 black Barney Rubble dots.
Yeah.
Hey, Fred. So this is the new BC Rich gunslinger.
Bonnie, I can't see you. Bonnie, I can't see what you.
Oh, watch me eat Fred's pebbles. Bonnie, my daughter. Oh, you should have watched her, Fred.
That's funny. You know, I found that picture, by the way. I'm gonna find it again.
Let's see how flagged we can be.
Let me get that picture of Barney eating pebbles.
Barney! Fucking Fred wouldn't share his cereal. It's your best friend, asshole. Give him a bowl of cereal. You fuck. Like
You should precede fuck with fat. You fat fuck.
Yeah. Bastard. Yeah, Fred wasn't really a good friend. Barney was a good friend. Remember where they bought the swimming pool together?
No.
No? One episode of the Flintstones, Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubble have a swimming pool, and it's built between the property line of their property. So they're supposed to share it. And Fred's just being a bastard.
I'm gonna give it the Bam Bam. The old Bam Bam.
So real quick, I need to give a shout out. I need to give a shout out and a thank you very much to Keith Beers over at the Guitar Guru Network for giving me this pedal. He sent this pedal to me. It's a J Rocket Majestic overdrive pedal. He calls me, or he texts me sometime last week and said, so do you like Jimmy Page? You like Jimmy Page's sound? I'm like, yeah, who doesn't love that sound? It's a great 70s sound. He said, okay, give me your address. I got a pedal I'm sending you. A couple days later, I get this in the mail. Thank you so much, Keith Beers. This pedal fucking rocks. It sounds great. It sounds really great with a slightly with an amplifier that's just at the point of breakup, and you use this, and it makes the amp sing. So thank you so much. I will be using this all the time.
Nice.
How come you're not using it now?
Because I wanted to show it. That's why I'm not using it now.
Let's hear it.
Okay, sure.
Play something to get us flagged further.
Hang on. Oh, there goes the gun.
What's that noise?
That's my amp making funny sounds. Making funny sounds.
We were talking about Laney amps earlier. Halface said that Ace Frehley used Laney for about 13 hours back in the 80s. Is that an effect on that pedal, or is that a real train?
That's a real train. All right.
Oh, okay.
So
That'd be cool.
here's the sound. Here's the sound of the guitar without the pedal.
Wait, you should have it on the clean sound.
No, it doesn't work with just clean sound. It only works. Hush.
Well, what's the pedal?
All right. So here's lightly overdriven amp.
You can't test a dirty pedal over a dirty sound.
Yes, you can. Listen. Just hush and listen. That's
Brown chicken, brown
without
cow. Thank you, Metalhead.
Thank you, Metalhead.
I don't hear any difference.
Because you're talking over it.
Well, we got to thank Metalhead Hippie. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Metalhead Hippie.
That's with it.
You got chorus on it.
You need to shut up.
You can't hear it.
You don't hear the difference?
I do, but it just sounds louder. It just sounds louder. You got to test your dirty pedal on the clean channel.
You know what? Talking to you is like.
No wonder he gave it away to you.
I'm sure it's a great pedal. I'm sure it's awesome, but I'm just saying you can't. That's the chat. Is that right, you guys? You can't demo it's an overdrive, right? You can't demo any kind of overdrive or distortion on top of distortion already.
Not necessarily true.
No. And with chorus on it.
It's got everything.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
They keep saying. That's all right.
Everybody's saying I'm wrong. Okay.
I'll do it on my channel. It's all right.
All right.
Oh my God, it's a revolt. Everyone says you're wrong.
I know.
Han 36 Solo even said wrong 3 times. Yeah. Well, Dave likes it. That's what matters.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not playing it, so I can't judge.
I like it. I like everything about it. It's
Tom
nice.
High says your new name is Johnny Wrongly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just likes to bust my balls. That's all.
No, I'm not busting any balls, man. I'm just saying if we really want to hear what the pedal actually sounds like, it should be on a clean channel.
Well, I don't have all day to demo this thing, and I said it sounds best when you're boosting an already overdriven amp. That's what I said before I plugged it in.
Okay. All right. Well, that's cool.
There you go. Hey, so let's talk about upcoming concert tour they're trying to put together. Did you guys hear about this with let's see, RATT, Tom Kiefer of Cinderella, Pat's Dogs, Skid Row, and Slaughter to announce a 2020 summer tour package. Did you guys hear about this?
No.
That's coming up.
That's coming up.
No, I didn't.
So they're working on that now. RATT, by the same token, this is interesting. The guy that was filling in for Robin Crosby, who passed away. Let's see, Chris Sanders. Was it Chris Sanders? Hold on. Yeah, Chris Sanders was doing rhythm. He was in Britney Fox at one point. He got the axe recently. So they haven't announced who else is going to be taking that spot of rhythm guitarist in RATT. I mean, right now you have what's his name? You have Robin, not Robin Crosby. You have Stephen Piercy. Stephen Piercy. And I forgot who's the other. There's one other original member.
Juan Crochet.
Is it Crochet or Crochet?
Whatever it is. Crochet, knitting. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah. Well, he's bass player.
Yeah.
So they're the two original members that are in RATT right now. Everyone else is, replacements. But Chris Sanders just got the axe for his axe. And they're looking. They haven't announced yet who's replacing him for that tour. And let's see, Tom Kiefer, saw him recently with his band. Very tight sounding, very good sounding. Tom plays a lot of vintage instruments, a lot of vintage Gibson Les Pauls and Firebirds. He's got some incredible tone. His voice is on point. He puts on a great show of that aspect. Skid Row, again, for me, no Sebastian Bach. That's a cover band, man.
I also think that RATT is a cover band without Warren DeMartini.
Even with Stephen Piercy vocals?
Yeah, because I don't go there to see Stephen Piercy. I don't think anyone does. He's got the worst voice in rock.
But he's got that distinct RATT voice.
Yeah, but no one plays guitar like Warren DeMartini. No one sounds like Warren in that band. No one. And that's the sound of RATT. I'm a
huge fan of Warren.
Yeah.
Huge.
Warren's guitar is the sound of RATT. Without that,
here's the thing, and maybe we should submit this to the chat. If you had a choice of one member of the band leaving between the vocalist or the guitarist, who would you choose to stay? Who's more important to the sound of the band, the vocalist or the guitarist? Because for me, it depends on the band. Because you got Eddie Van Halen replacing Dave with Sammy Hagar, but then you got Ozzy Osbourne, going through guitarists like every other album.
Well, that's because it's his band.
Yeah.
Well, that's,
Mm-hmm. Well, Van Halen is Eddie's band.
Right. So you wouldn't want that guitar player to leave. Once that guitar player leaves, that's the end of the band.
You can't replace Eddie Van Halen, period. But in general, I think you can't replace the once you replace the singer, it's a different band.
Yeah. Well, hang on a second. I look at it. Well, first of all, you can't look at it completely that way because a lot of bands, the guitar player, all right, is just the guitar player. But when your guitar player's guitar sound is the voice of that band, you can't replace it. Warren DeMartini's guitar is the sound of RATT. Yeah, so is Piercy's voice, but the sound of RATT is DeMartini's guitar. The sound of Van Halen is Eddie Van Halen's guitar. The sound of Ozzy Osbourne's band has never been the guitar player. It's been his voice. It's been that voice.
Well, Randy Rhoads, the argument can be made.
People have he's been replaced by a lot of great players. No disrespect to Randy Rhoads. Randy Rhoads was a pioneer for what he did. He was amazing. He died at 21 or 22. He would have been crazy good by now.
Yeah, he was like 25, 26.
Well, whatever. He was stupid young in an age where rock guitar didn't really sound like the way it does today, and he made it sound very. He did almost the same thing that Eddie Van Halen did. He took 70s style guitar sounds and made it bigger. He made it bigger. Eddie did it way more, but I mean, the guitar sound was bigger with Randy than most 70s guitar sound. So you got to give him that. And his playing was phenomenal. He was a great guitar player. But like I said, Warren DeMartini has a voice where you close your eyes and you hear Warren play and you know it's Warren right away. One or two notes, you know it's Warren. He's one of those guys that
if you're a fan of that band, you do. If you're a diehard fan of that band, you do.
No.
If you're a casual listener, you don't know. And if I think with the casual listener, if the singer is replaced, then that's the difference.
I'm telling you, the casual listener.
Warren is a very distinct guitar player and a great one. RATT, though, to me, has more of a distinct vocalist than anybody. Like him or not, Stephen Pearcy. I'm just saying that he has that. I can't imagine who would replace him to sing RATT because it's like replacing Tom Kiefer and Cinderella. You have that raspy, distinct sound. I can't imagine replacing.
You can replace him with Brian Johnson, for God's sakes. They have the same voice.
Who is that?
No,
Brian Johnson from AC/DC.
No, but all three of those singers have their own sound, and you know who that is when you hear Brian Johnson.
Yes, you do.
When you hear all those guys, you know who it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know what you're saying about Warren and his guitar.
I do
too. Sound. I'm not a diehard fan of RATT. So to me, if it's all different musicians but the same singer, to me, I'd be good. But then again, it would
crew with John Corabi.
That they were horrible with John Corabi, but they're horrible with Vince Neil too. Can't stand his voice. I cannot stand that guy's voice. I couldn't stand his voice when he was good looking.
Poor Vince. I mean, RATT is probably a hard argument to make because make no mistake, I agree with you that Warren is a very, very distinct guitar player, but that's also a hard one.
And Johnny, just to just one more thing, the casual listener is probably not going to go to a RATT concert.
Well, you got to be a RATT fan. I mean, that's
Yeah, but I mean, if they show up to that tour, the casual listener that remembers them. Oh, remember those guys from back in the day? They're not going to have any idea who's in the band, but they will know the singer.
They will know the singer.
The singer is always the face of the band.
I will say that obviously anyone going to that lineup has to know the bands. I mean, these aren't just think about it. RATT, Tom Kiefer, Cinderella, Skid Row, and Slaughter.
Yeah, I don't see that making a lot of money. I don't see that tour making a lot. If it's in the right venue, it'll make a lot of money. But if they're going for bigger venues, I don't see it making a lot of money.
Well, this isn't going to be a stadium tour like Def Leppard and Poison and Motley Crue. I mean, they don't have the star power there. RATT is a shade of its former self. Tom Kiefer is good even without the rest of the band. Skid Row cover band. Mark Slaughter I like, but he's not a.
I love Slaughter.
Marquee.
I think Slaughter is the draw to that.
For me, if I was to see one band out of there, it would be Kiefer or Slaughter.
Yeah,
and Slaughter probably edging.
Yes, I would say Slaughter is probably the draw.
But I'm a big Slaughter fan. But
me
still,
too.
It's a D-level band. It's a minor band in the scheme of things compared to like Def Leppard.
That's why they're not on that tour.
Right.
I think all those bands together is the draw for that.
Yeah, and you have to, in this day and age, you have to band a group of bands together to get seats filled. You gotta. But I have to say, it's a little weak here because, again, you got a lot of guys filling in these bands. Now, Slaughter, again, I agree with Dave, is probably the best tight band out of them, because the only reason they lost him was, God forbid, unfortunately, he died in a car crash, in the later years. So they got someone to take his place. But Skid Row, they could have gone back with Sebastian Bach. Kiefer's very good. He doesn't really need the rest of the Cinderella guys. He's got his own very tight band. They're very good. And RATT, like we were saying, it's very hard without Warren and Robin. Juan Croucher did not Juan Croucher. Carlos Cavazzo of Quiet Riot did a great job filling in for Robin.
Yes, he and DeMartini should still be in the band. It should just be those two.
That would be a bigger draw, definitely.
But Piercy can't get his head out of his own ass.
There's a lot. RATT has had so much turmoil between that with Piercy and Warren, between Bobby Blotzer taking over the band for years. I mean, just so much crazy drama in RATT. It's like, what do you even do with that?
It's damaged goods.
It really is. And they're still fractured, like totally. But with that said, look, if you're going to go see Tom Kiefer, I highly recommend it. He puts on a great show. Mark Slaughter and Slaughter, they put on a great show. Skid Row and RATT, like I said, it's filler bands, cover bands, whatever you want to call it. But they're out there, and I'm sure they'll be enjoyable to a point. You're just not hitting all the nostalgia that you are with the other ones. Mm-hmm. They're kicking off their tour. Let's see, where are they going? They're still not determined yet.
Keith Markle says, Dave Nesdell, most irritating voice, Vince Neil or Axl Rose. I don't mind Vince's voice. Don't love it either, but I hate Axl Rose's voice. I say both.
Attitude.
I say both. They're both irritating. But I was really getting a kick out of what Keith Michael said, because I read it wrong at first. It was like, Dave Nesdell, most irritating voice, period.
Oh, I was about to agree to that.
I was going to say, yep, but I'm still talking. Who's got the microphone, motherfucker? No, yeah. I'm just kidding.
I put myself nominated for worst annoying voice of the show. There I am. In good news, this is kind of bittersweet. White Lions Mike Tramp is doing a North American summer tour for 2020. He's kicking off on April 15th at the Whiskey in Hollywood. And he's got a lot of tour dates going across the states. So that's good. The bad news, and this is the bittersweet part, while Mike is terrific, again, who are you missing?
Eddie Van Halen?
Vito
Bratta.
Like I said, it was good the first time. It was great the first time when it was Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah. So look, Mike Tramp, White Lion, I'm happy to see him going out. Some great music out there, and he's a good frontman. I keep holding on to that dream that Vito Bratta will someday just leave the pizza parlor in the hands of his manager and just do a quick little tour. Not happening.
No.
Hey, Brent. Good to see you.
Yeah. So, but there's a little update in metal news.
Yeah, Brent. He goes way back.
Oh, Brent Z Rocks, man. Hey, what's up? What's going on, bro?
He says I think he says he got a guitar.
Oh, that's awesome.
And Raphael Lugo brought up White Lion with Vito Bratta as another example of a band that needs the right guitarist. Let's see. Fruitcake Tony, I totally agree. Skid Row without Sebastian Bach, it's just not Skid Row. That guy was such a larger than life frontman.
None of those bands without their original singer, except for AC/DC. AC/DC and Van Halen, they're the two exceptions, I think. But you know, most of those bands you replace a singer and it's not the same.
And I think Renus Pickle is correct. Al Estrada, who is playing with Roth right now, could definitely fill Vito's shoes. He's awesome. He's a great player.
Mm-hmm. I've got him on Facebook, and he's been posting a lot of pictures from like the venues. Like they roll into, like he posted something today. Was it today or yesterday about the? Anyway,
Is that with Roth and Kiss?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. The end of the road tour. Everybody dies at the last show.
One can only hope.
They all pass out.
No.
God forbid.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see. Yes, Vistalite 1972. Dana Strum is still working with Mark Slaughter. They're really the heart of that band. You know, tragedy about Tim, Miss Blas Elias, but you know, those two are really the real heart of that band. Let's see. Let's go on through the chat.
Renus says he'll be seeing Kiss this Saturday.
Fruitcake Tony wants to know, would you rather watch Sebastian Bach's band doing Skid Row's music or Skid Row doing their own music without bass? Not even a competition. Nothing against Snake and Scotty, but Skid Row was Sebastian Bach.
Skip rope?
Skip Row.
Skip rope?
Rachel Bolan would pull the chain out of his nose and start doing double dutch. No, look, you gotta have thank you, James Severin. You gotta have Sebastian Bach. You really do, man. He was just like a larger than life frontman, like, you know, just such a big fucking personality. I'm not just saying that because he's 6'4". You know, he really embodied Skid Row. Without that, I'm sorry. They're just not doing it the same for me. Nothing against the guys. Hugh Caldwell wants to know my 5 favorite 80s guitar players. That's a rough one. How about this? How about I give you, because I mean, you know, obvious answers. You could just like give the obvious of, you know, Eddie Van Halen, Randy Rhoads, Steve Vai. You know, I'd rather actually give you 5 that I thought were amazing, but never quite as top tier as the obvious answers of like Eddie and, you know. So I'm going to give you 5. I'm going to say, let's see, Andy Timmons, Danger Danger, Mark Diglio of XYZ, Mark Kendall of Great White, probably my number 1 choice out of those. Let's see, two others of that level. I mean, I'll go with Lynch and DeMartini. And again, this is avoiding the obvious, you know, Eddie Van Halen, Randy Rhoads, Steve Vai, you know. So those are 5. We'll call them B tier that I think were amazingly underrated. What do you think, Dave?
I can only give you my favorite 5.
I'm asking for him.
But it's going to be, you know, it's going to be Eddie Van Halen. It's going to be Steve Vai. It's going to be Andy Timmons. It's DeMartini. And these are just my favorite 80s guitar players. This is not my favorite guitar players of all time.
Okay.
And number 5, I'm going to have to go with Larry Mitchell because he's my buddy and he's fantastic.
Well, I'm going to throw Bruce Kulick in there. No, Larry's a great player, man. Fruitcake Tony says David Lee Roth fired his drummer 3 shows ago. Did you hear that?
Yeah, he's using a new drummer, and still great.
It's like Spinal Tap. Every couple of shows is going to drop a light on the drummer.
Yeah, all everyone here is putting up great names, but you can only have 5 people in 5 slots, so that's why I chose who I chose. But any one of these guys that people are putting up here could have been in my 5. SRV absolutely could be in my 5. Satriani could be in my 5. Frank Hannon, you gotta love Frank Hannon. I mean, he's not a great technical player, but he plays from the heart, and his slide playing is fantastic. He's a great guitar player.
He's my buddy's neighbor.
Frank
Hannon. Yeah, he rolls by his house and he sees him like washing his car and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He's mowing the lawn in the middle of the night. Hey, Hannon, stop it!
Bozique. How about Malmsteen and Slash? Those two are 80s players mostly as well. They're all fantastic players. They're all great, but like I said, we all can only have 5 people in our top 5. That's just what it is. Jason Becker, Joe Harvey, Jason Becker. Yes, another great player. Tracy Guns is a very good player, but he's not. I don't think he's a top 5 player. I don't think Tracy Guns. He's very good, but I don't think he's a top 5 player.
Well, I mean,
I love Tracy's playing though, and again, I didn't want to give like the obvious answer of Eddie Van Halen, Randy Rhoads. I wanted to bring out some very underrated B tier guys. Hugh Caldwell wants to know what I think is the most underrated 80s metal album. I could give you a couple of choices for that. I mean, XYZ's first or second one, probably the first one. Let's see. White Snake, Slide It In. Danger's first one.
Enough's Enough's record was amazing.
Enough's first record, I'd probably go. Anything Pretty Maids. For those of you guys looking over at Europe, Pretty Maids. The first 2 Vinnie Vincent Invasions, amazing. Great White, Shot in the Dark. Probably didn't get nearly as much recognition as it should. I mean, those are the standouts to me, like right off the top of my head. And I know you laughed. Vinnie Vincent. No, those Invasion albums were fucking killer. Just because he's a cuckoo clock sometimes doesn't mean he didn't come out with some great music.
Ronnie Latecro from TNT, also another great guitar player. Absolutely.
Underrated.
And Steve Lynch from Autograph. Great player.
God.
Great
Two-handed
player.
tapping.
Yeah, great player.
Phenomenal. And again, my list is, trying to bring out like some really good underrated albums that like you probably heard of the bands, but and hold on a second. I'm sorry, I almost forgot one. Dirty Looks. Just about any Dirty Looks album is so fucking underrated, it's ridiculous. Like to levels I can't even start with. If you're bored, go listen to some Dirty Looks songs on YouTube. Phenomenal stuff. Very underrated. Let's see.
Jeff Watson, Brad Gillis, all great guitar players. McAlpine.
Definitely Tony McAlpine. Let's see. It's 6:15. I'm gonna first of all, I'm showing 2 guitars today. I'm gonna bring out the first one, which was last week's Gunslinger that I feel terrible nobody got to see because I had that bad reception. So
you couldn't see it at all.
Yeah. Like I said, it looked like Blue Rhino. So let's try it again. Okay. This was last week's guitar.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that thing.
That
Sparkle
looks
City,
nothing
baby.
like what you showed last time. Oh my gosh.
That's a totally different guitar, right?
Yeah. Hey, Magic Jones. Good to see you, dude.
Man, I love Sparkle. I am a big fan of Sparkle. You need to send that to me.
Yeah, this is like a purple blue sparkle with a lot of rainbow sparkles in it. So it's almost like kind of like more of a
Like a
rainbow
sparkle.
sparkle with like a dark base, like a hollow sparkle.
Hello, Sparkle.
Oh, sparkle! Look at that thing.
That looks a lot like a darker version of one of my Squire Showmasters.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a couple Squires that have that same finish, but like lighter.
Yeah, and this is, again, it's a BC Rich Assassin gunslinger. The assassin part is when they add the single coil in, because the normal gunslinger just has the hum. The assassin designation has the single as well. And this is one of the Class Axe ones. So this is about, let's see, 92? It's about 1992 when Class Axe took over BC Rich and changed up a few things. But there you go. For those that didn't see it last week, with my apologies, 1982 BC Rich Gunslinger Assassin in a purple blue hollow sparkle. Now you get to see this pretty thing.
Yeah.
A big Agent Boner.
Let's we got to get that thumbnail.
Yeah. All right. Hold on. Let's see.
Yeah, with the light. Tilt it down. Down. Little more. Little more.
Now you lost all the sparkle.
No, I mean if there's too much light,
How about I catch it on there?
we'll do it. Actually, once we're done, we can do the thumbnail. But when I
The other guitar also I'll show together. I'll hold both of them up because the other one's really, really, really neat, and it has a really cool backstory.
you know what I was gonna suggest is
And I go fuck myself again.
No.
You saying that?
I slept on your floor.
Yeah. No. What are you talking about? I give you a bed.
The bed was on the floor.
I was on the floor. What are you talking about?
No, it was very cozy. But no, what I was going to say was to do the thumbnails. You know, it's almost like we have to shoot the thumbnails first before we even do the show to get it to burn in to the video.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. So it's almost like, you know, we'd have to like, you'd have to send me a picture of you holding the guitar first, and that'd have to be the thumbnail going in, even though everybody would know what the guitar is. To get the thumbnail to actually stick, you know, that's the way we would have to do it.
Just for AI gaming, because he said he missed seeing it. Here you go, brother.
Man, that looks nothing like what I saw last week.
Yeah, that's why I brought it on again. I didn't want the audience to get cheated.
Oh my gosh, I got a show last week.
Well, you have a side-by-side of the blur that I showed last week.
Yeah, that'll be the thumbnail.
There you go, AI gaming. That's for you, brother. Just so you don't miss out, man.
Oh, are you sending him that? That's nice of you.
Yeah, no, this is it's on the way. Just wait by the window. And if the mailman try to hold out on you, just pull a knife on, say, I will cut you. I know you have that package.
Oh my
No,
god.
John BL 5150, it's 1992. Right after Class Axe took over BC Rich. So that's making up for last week. Now, this week's guitar.
2 in a row.
Well, why should they get cheated? They made a point of coming back, and I love our audience. So this week's show and tell guitar, since I have a story behind it.
Gosh.
This was made at BC Rich by an employee. It's an employee project guitar. And the employee, his name is Jason. They called him Jake for short. which he was thanks to the Moyle. He basically wound up going on to become a Fender master builder. But this was his personal guitar project when he was at BC Rich. And he wanted to basically make I think it's a walnut neck on a gunslinger with a Strat headstock, because you weren't allowed to make Strat headstocks at BC Rich. So this was his personal guitar, and the graphic he came up with, and it was copied by someone in a famous 80s band name of Eric Turner. Can you guess what that graphic was?
I don't know who Eric Turner is, so no.
Warren.
From Warrant.
Warren.
Oh, with the money, with the $100 bills.
The Trojan. The Trojan condoms.
The Trojan condom. He basically went to Dan Lawrence and said, or he's sitting with him, and they, someone brought out a condom. I don't know. They're having an orgy or something. And he basically said, hey, can you do this on a guitar? And Dan Lawrence, being Dan Lawrence, of course he can. He's the greatest. So basically, a Fender master builder working at BC Rich at the time, his personal employee guitar. Ladies and gentlemen, Johnny? Look at that fucking thing. How cool is that?
Wow.
So this was the first time that Dan Lawrence painted the Trojan condom logo on a guitar. And then Eric Turner came in, and because he was involved, and Joey Kegel, who was the real name of what's his name from Warrant, of Joe
Schmelblow. Who knows?
Yeah, the other Warrant guitarist. Anyway, Warren hung out at BC Rich. They were in Dorsey's. They saw this. Eric saw this and said, hey, I want a guitar with that graphic. So Eric Turner wound up getting Dan to paint another one on a Les Paul style body, just like this. But look at this neck and headstock. It's a reverse Strat headstock made at BC Rich. That's made, I believe that's walnut, if I remember him telling me.
It looks like walnut to me.
Yeah. And then you have a maple board on it, very thick slab of maple on the top with no fret markers, which drives me nuts. But it is what it is. But it's a Joey Allen. Thank you, Rockstar. And I'm embarrassed because I know Joey. So I'll be hearing about that one.
No, you won't.
Basically, let's see. 12, 15, 17, 19.
22 frets.
22. So basically standard of what a gunslinger was. But this time made of walnut and maple with a crazy Strat headstock. And again, his name Jake there. And as you can tell, it's really, really well made because the guy wound up going on to Fender to being a master builder.
So what's his real name? Jake.
Jason, let's see.
Is it Jason Smith?
Hold on. Let's see.
It's Jason Smith.
It might be. Is he a master builder at Fender?
Yeah, Jason Smith. He's one of the top guys.
I think that's it. But his nickname was Jake. And again, let's see. I'm not sure exactly what pickup is in this one. It's not a DiMarzio Super Distortion. See if anyone can recognize the poles on that for what that is. Because I don't recognize it.
I don't know.
Let's see. You got one of the Japanese trems.
You have a screwdriver?
What is it? Takuchi? Is that a Takuchi, Dave?
Hang on. Pick it up. Pick it up a little bit. That is a no. That's a Goto.
Goto bridge. Okay.
That's a DiMarzio pickup.
It is a DiMarzio, yes.
But I don't know which model it is. It's not a super distortion, which are like really common in these.
It could be a super distortion, dude.
No, it's not. Look at the
No.
pole.
The top pole pieces are adjustable.
Oh,
with
look at that.
the Allen wrench.
Right?
Yeah.
See, I've never seen this one.
Oh, wait a
before.
second.
That
Yes.
looks like a George Lynch.
No, but wait, are both sides adjustable?
Well, they are. The
One's
top.
the top one's an Allen. The top one's an Allen. The bottom's a regular screwdriver.
Oh, that I've never seen that. You know what? That might be some sort of
Custom.
a prototype, because I've never seen one like that.
Hey, Mitch. No, that's like a George Lynch Screaming Demon.
I thought Scream Demons had that on both sides.
I don't recognize it, Johnny. Jason Lee's guessing, is it a JJ French tickler? Maybe, you never know. And again, typical gunslinger. You have the cutaway. Hold on, there you go. You have the cutaway at the heel, so you get that nice fret accent. Look at the wood on the neck. Look at the distinction between the maple and the walnut.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very cool.
That's wild.
Here, this is the Screaming Demon. Oh, crap.
Yay!
Am I ready? Okay, I'm ready.
Comes with spermicide lubricant.
Oh, yeah, maybe it is a Screaming Demon. Look at that.
But it's a Duncan, not a DiMarzio.
It would have to be an early one then.
Yeah, because Duncan did make them without that name on them.
Well, yeah, the names appeared later on.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, then maybe it is a Duncan. But there you go, kids. That's today and last week's. There you go. This week and last week's. Let's see. Get some sparkle going there.
Something happened to your light.
I don't know what the fuck happened to it.
Oh, your guitar is covering.
There it is.
There we go. Uh-oh. There we go. We can make a thumbnail out of that. That's awesome. So you want to see what last week's
show what
guitar looks like?
Yeah.
Show what it looked like last week.
Okay, here's that sparkly BC Rich last week.
Oh boy. That's last week's photo?
Yeah.
That's a good photo of it. Comparative.
I mean, you can't.
Because I was watching the rerun and it was blurry as fuck. It's like I had the guitar in downtown Beirut.
Yeah, see, look at the face.
Jesus Christ. It's like you're looking at me through a fucking aquarium.
You were.
Jesus. A nightmare. What a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
Nothing fucking works.
Anyway.
I called up my internet company. I'm like, hey, what's going on? They're like, Mr. Mancuda, did you pay your last bill? I'm like, bill? You know, and that was it.
Mm-hmm. So they still give you the internet, but it's just like cruddy.
Yeah, now it's suddenly like it goes from like 100 zigaboos whatever per second to like 2 zigaboos, and
You actually look the cleanest you've ever looked.
This is like this is the best I've ever looked.
Yeah, this is actually the cleanest your signal has ever been.
Well, you'll all notice in the audience that I'm devastatingly handsome in real life. Yeah.
And tall.
Yeah, with a condom on my face.
Used.
Let's see. Joe Hervey wants to know, do I trade any guitars for another one, or do most of the guys I get guitars from want cash? I usually wind up doing cash. I do very, very rare trades, but usually I just buy the guitars I really like. So I'm not up to trading something I like for something I like. Dave does a lot of trading. I prefer to just kind of buy it, and if I part with something that I didn't bond with, it's usually I'll sell it straight up to a friend or something.
I only trade up.
There you go. We've done a hell of a job of it. That's some wall. It's some wall.
Now I must knock down this wall, and knock down this fucking wall.
Let's see. Renus Pinkle says last week we filmed it with a potato. Yeah, dude, last week's fucking signal was so bad. It's just, ugh. It's like embarrassing. Like every other episode I do, it's embarrassing.
Just another different reason.
Yeah. Usually it's my lack of talent or my natural stupidity and idiocy.
Yeah.
Music Therapy Laz wants to know, does it come with spermicide? Yes. This is the blue one with spermicide, lubricant. Absolutely. But it's not ribbed for her pleasure, except on the frets. Now, how far do you want me to stick that board up there?
What's the whammy bar look like?
It's a big dong.
Mm-hmm. Hugh Caldwell wants to know if the Sterling Music Man guitars are any good. No.
Just a one-word answer. Dave's like, no. No explanation, just a no?
No. They're no good.
I did a review at Guitar Center, and I'll put a card right by the Discord poster on Dave's wall there.
Nice.
Podcast.
So, and this guitar, well, that guitar, and then this guitar, and then fuck, shit, fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know.
By the way, James Gum wants to know, do gunslingers have an R2 or an R3 nut? They're mostly toward an R2. Again, not as small as the R1 because they're really tiny. The R2 is like a nice, comfy kind of nut width. So I love the gunslingers. You know that. I usually prefer straight maple, but this was such a unique one. They never made Strat headstocks. I think there were like 2 or 3 out of the whole factory. All were employee projects. This reverse one, and again, with the walnut maple neck, real unique piece. And I love the graphic. I mean, gunslingers are just great guitars. It's all business. One volume, one humbucker. That's it. Floyd.
Mark Roberts says, I almost bought a Sterling for $100. Why are they bad? They're bad because they only look like Music Man guitars. They have inferior parts on them. It's not the same woods. They're just garbage. That's all I have to say.
Tell us how you really feel, though.
They suck.
The problem I had with them was it didn't stay in tune at all.
Right.
At all.
Right. And Kenny Dave, all guitars will have sharp fret ends no matter what price point you are. If you're in a very dry if it's dry where your guitars are, the wood is going to shrink and the fret edges are going to stick out no matter how cheap or how expensive your guitars are. It happens to all of them. So you need to have humidity in the room. It should be at least 40 to 50% humidity in the room where your guitars are.
Yeah, they shrink in cold water. Oh, wait, what are you talking about?
Is that guitar dry?
On the penis guitar.
This one? No, this is not dry.
No, John's. Is that a dry guitar, or does it need some
Some lube.
Yeah.
Roll it up.
Actually, instead of using what's the stuff on the fretboard?
Joy jelly.
What the hell was that called? The spray. Fret. Instead of using that, yeah, you'd use lube on the back of that neck.
I use the F1 oil. I love that stuff. But
Hugh Caldwell asks if Nag's guitars are good. Yes, they are awesome. Nag's guitars.
But don't marry one. You don't want to marry a Nag.
I wish Nag or Nagina would bite you. And if you know anything about Ricky Tikki Tavi, you know what those are.
I do.
Yes.
Mongoose.
Yeah, but Nag and Nagaina are the two cobras that the mongoose kills.
Let's see. Krellbar says it's got a cumbucker in it. A cum fucker. It's a one cum fucker guitar. That's got a wang bar.
That's right, Krellbar. Krellbar says, if you move, I strike. If you don't move, I strike. That's right.
Great movie, Ricky Tikki Tavi. I love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
yeah, Mitch. There it is.
There it is. There's your thumbnail, fucker.
There's a demonstration.
I'm bringing all my guitars on tour. I'm bringing this, the Wangcaster, and a selection for my new Endorsia Vagina guitars.
Yeah, that's an actual name, huh? Remember we were at NAMM and we walked outside and there was a huge bus?
That 4x4, that Vagina Guitars 4x4 is like a couple of blocks away from my house in Hollywood. That 4x4 with the big Vagina Guitars logo, if they park it on the street like real close to my house, like 5 minutes away. I drive by it all the time. I'm like, oh, Vagina Guitars. There you go. Can't wait to get your fingers on those Vagina Guitars.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And wait, I was going to say something to Mitch.
Soquel.
Yeah, Mitch. Yeah, Joe Wentz has a Sterling guitar, and I'm sure it sounds great. It's not the sound of the guitar that's the issue. It's the parts, and it's for me it was the way it was set up, the way it played. It did not stay in tune at all. And you can see the video. I'll put a card, like I said, next to that Discord poster on Dave's wall there.
That being said, any guitar at any price point, you know, like even a blind squirrel sometimes gets a nut.
Right in the face.
And an inexpensive guitar can be good. Maybe Joe Wentz got a good one. Maybe he was lucky enough to get a good one. Every so often, cheap guitars will be good, but in general, they suck.
Yeah, and if you want to suck a nut like a blind squirrel,
you missed the boat on that one, bro.
They can't all be winners, kids. But leave a thumbs up anyway. You got to see a couple of good guitars today.
Couple?
Yeah.
More than a couple.
Yeah, John's two guitars.
And you got to see Green Lantern up there. That's some piece. What do you have in your hands now, Dave? Which one?
My ESP.
It's another good guitar. Yeah. Please leave a thumbs up because you're getting a whole bounty of cool guitars today.
Yeah, and Ned. Ned's here.
And Ned.
As well. There he is.
Runneth over.
He came to see me.
And Blue Rhino.
And Blue Rhino.
Got to see him today. And you got your update on a tour you probably won't wind up seeing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, also, were you going to mention Ozzy?
What about Ozzy?
He canceled his entire tour.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm behind on that tour. I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
I'm still holding my ticket. I'm going to be the only one at the stadium. I'm going to be like, wow, there's a low turn. I'm going to see if I can move up a little bit. I'm just going to go forward. I'm going to get up to the front row, and like some guys Go be sweeping the stage, you know. Go home, asshole. You didn't show up. So Ozzy canceled the whole tour for now, huh? Did he tell Sharon? Because she's already shopping for a new swimming pool made of onyx. She probably doesn't know yet. You did what? I canceled the tour. I can't do it right now. You can't cancel the whole tour. Did you see what I've been buying?
It's very funny.
Yeah, you know, we've said it before on the show. We really love Ozzy. We wish him so well. If he wants to cancel the tour, look, I hate to hear about it, but he has earned that right. He has earned it from his early days with Sabbath and his solo stuff. The guy's, he's rock and roll royalty, legendary. He owes us nothing at this point. And, you know, look, I hope the treatment helps him.
Yeah.
This is
absolutely.
not easy for him to go through, even if Sharon doesn't like it. You gotta get a call from Sharon Osbourne. You stop making fun of me.
No, all right, I'll stop making fun of you. But you know, Ozzy's got one foot in the grave and the other on a banana peel. So
as soon as you send Randy Jake his residuals, I'll absolutely stop making funny. No, but we wish Ozzy well. I did not know that he canceled the rest of his tour.
Yeah, it was announced yesterday.
I missed it.
Wow, he's 71.
Wow.
Are you sure he's that young?
I was about to say, he looks like he was there at the Salem witch trials, and that's where he met Sharon.
I think he's older than that. Is he really 71?
He looks great though, man. Minus the Parkinson's. He looks good.
So Mr. BHB Jr. wants to, is that Bruce? He wants to see this guitar. So I'm going to show it to you. It's a 1983 ESP M1 with a Strat headstock. I just got it refretted. I just got it back from getting refretted a few days ago.
How are the frets now?
They're great. They're 6100 huge frets. They're just the whole guitar. It's just amazing.
That's a great guitar, man. Look at the maple on that neck.
Yeah, this is not roasted maple. That's years and years of someone playing this guitar.
That's real mojo, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just forget it.
Look at that. Look at that thing. See the back of that? That's what my show and tell guitar last week looked like.
That's so funny.
Jesus.
But yeah, this is it. It's killer.
That's cool, man. Oh, and for those that are keeping track, I don't know when they've gone off the road, but Guns N' Roses is doing another tour through the year. I don't remember. Did they go off the road at all?
I don't know. They may not have.
Look at Johnny with Ned. Look at that.
He's like, I don't want you up here anymore.
He won't leave my cable alone. He's always
Excuse me?
He jumps up here. He chews on it. He tries to pull it apart.
He's coming back up now.
Here he comes.
Cats don't listen.
You think?
Hey, now he's after my coat. Thumbnail. I mean, thumbnail. What am I saying?
Nice.
Podcast. Listen to the podcast, you guys.
You can listen to my washing machine go.
You can hear it on the podcast, definitely.
Headstock Karam says Guns N' Roses is starting the new tour in Milwaukee. Tastes as great as its name.
Old Milwaukee?
Yes. Let's see. Hold on. James Severin says Ned is gonna fuck you up, Johnny.
I just read that. Yeah.
That'd be really funny if, like, you just see Johnny go, and there's Ned, and Ned just starts slashing at your face, just like on the air.
Blood everywhere. Blood goes into our picture and shit. Like,
You just see splatter, 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 and finally the screen's just all blood covered and dripping down, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's my new Charvel blood splatter guitar.
yeah. Ned mauled me. I don't know. I'd like to hear you guys in the chat were bringing up earlier the most underrated album of the 80s. We gave our thoughts on this. What do you guys think? And Johnny, Dave, what are your most underrated albums of the 80s?
In the 80s, like in the hair metal.
In the metal genre, since it's a metal show.
The metal genre.
Yeah, don't hit me with Tears for Fears, because then I'll start slashing at your face.
Well, I mean,
that wasn't underrated. That was a huge album.
Yeah, and
I love Balloons by Nena.
I'm gonna say the Damn Yankees record, even though it was pretty big, it's still underrated, as far as 80s metal. But I'm gonna say the Damn Yankees record.
That's not metal.
Sure it is.
Sure it is.
Damn Yankee, Ted Nugent?
I wouldn't consider Damn Yankees metal. I wouldn't consider Ted Nugent metal.
Well, okay.
It's
hard rock, AOR,
hard rock,
metal. It's in that genre family. Hard rock is fine.
Listen, I wouldn't consider RATT or any of those hair bands metal. They're not metal.
Come on. Of course they're metal. They're not death metal. They're not black metal.
Listen,
they're metal.
People don't consider Van Halen metal, but they're the band that started all that shit.
Well, you could go into Britain really to say that. Judas Priest probably started metal more than that.
Wasn't Led Zeppelin considered metal?
No. They were considered rock.
Considered hard rock. I consider all those bands hard rock.
You don't
I consider bands like Iron Maiden, Metallica, and Anthrax metal. I consider those style bands metal. But even Iron Maiden, I consider that hard rock. I don't really consider it metal. It may be the beginning of metal. But
it's British metal.
Yeah, but I don't consider it metal. I consider,
I consider Metallica and Anthrax were thrash. A subgenre of metal. I mean, they,
whatever.
Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax.
So I consider that metal.
Well, I consider that thrash metal. But I mean, like,
I'm with Krelbar. I think Damn Yankees were every bit as heavy as Poison.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
I think
you've got CC DeVille so far up your ass you can't see straight.
I like Poison, but I like Damn Yankees too. But I think like for hair metal, I'd look at Poison as more hair metal, and I'd look at Damn Yankees as like hard rock, heavy metal. More hard rock.
No, you're wrong. Every guy in Damn Yankees had big hair. Just the same as maybe it wasn't teased, but they all had long hair.
Everyone in the 80s had long hair.
Yeah, long hair isn't. I mean, look. I guess I could pull up a picture, but if you look at Damn Yankees, here, let's look at them.
Blank Palette calls them arena rock. You can make that argument.
Yeah, they're arena rock.
I call them that, sure.
I mean, I wouldn't call them metal, because would you call Night Ranger metal?
No, I'd call them hard rock.
Would you call Styx metal?
Hard rock.
Yeah. Ted Nugent? Yeah.
Well, Krelbar makes an interesting point. He says metal is Black Sabbath, hair metal is hard glam rock. I mean, there's different, little cliques of heavy metal.
Let's actually see what the internet actually calls Damn Yankees.
Drew's GS60 says Poison was bluesy. That's good enough for me. A lot of the 80s hair bands were blues based. Cinderella, Great White, Poison. A lot of that stuff was blues based.
Okay, this is what Google calls Damn Yankees.
Jimmy Biter says Jesus had long hair. Was he metal?
Is that a vibrator?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me calm my dildo down.
So hard rock, arena rock, glam metal. Nah, I would call Damn Yankees glam metal before I would call them heavy metal.
So what would you call them, Johnny? Hard rock? See, I like arena rock. It says hard rock, arena rock. I don't think they were glam metal. They weren't glammy.
I don't think so either.
Hard rock and arena rock, I'd say, is probably the right term.
They were definitely arena rock. I saw them at the Oakland Arena, open for Van Halen. You know, well, actually, it was Shaw Blades, but it was the same thing. It was Damn Yankees. And actually, I saw Damn Yankees. I saw them live. But yeah, they were huge, man. High enough.
Yeah,
you couldn't go anywhere and not hear that.
That was a great song.
Oh yeah, amazing. I remember I was getting ready for school one day. Actually, I was at my girlfriend's house before school, and MTV was on, and I remember the very first time I saw the Damn Yankees video for it would have been
For High Enough.
No, Coming of Age. It would have been the very first song.
Oh, that's the best song of the album.
It's damn
Coming
good.
of Age, yeah. That was their first song, right?
That was their first single.
First single, yeah. I remember seeing that, and I remember thinking, wow, these guys are great. And I remember thinking, is that Eddie Van Halen on drums? Because if you watch the video, the drummer, Michael, he actually looks kind of like Eddie. It's this video right here. We can't play it on here, but well, actually, crap, we kind of are. Anyway. Man. Oh, and Come Again. That's another great.
I think I just did all over my Trojan guitar.
Man, those guys. I mean, you got Tommy Shaw and Jack Blades. I think two of the greatest as far as like a songwriting team. You know, those two guys.
Great stuff.
Together. You know.
No, really great stuff. I mean, that's a great album.
Yeah. And the second one was pretty good too. I mean, it had some good.
So Dave, that was your pick for underrated 80s album, right?
Yeah.
Johnny, what do you got?
Oh man.
Crap. That's a British band, right?
Underrated? I don't know. Name some bands. Name some.
I was about to say, Brian the Sign Guy and Riley Morgan both just named Wasp, as did Stephen S. And I got to say, absolutely, even as popular as they were, Wasp was very freaking underrated.
I only knew of them because of that documentary. That's the only time I ever saw them.
That's how everyone knows Chris Holmes, through that documentary. But like, if you look at, they had such a good stage show. They were very similar to Motley Crue in that they had, like, you know, the gauntlets with the buzzsaw blades, and I think Blackie had a cod piece with a buzzsaw blade. And you know, again, Chris Holmes, a big blonde guy, and you know, the warrior kind of gimmicky leather strap outfits that, you know, Crue was doing in the you know, like the Looks That Kill video. But they were good. James Severin brings up Spread Eagle. Switchblade Serenade was a great song, man. I love that song. And they did an album we reviewed earlier in the year, something Subway to. They have a new album out. It's something Subway. I forgot what it was, like Subway to Heaven or something. Subway to the Stars, maybe. Something like that. Check that out, because that new album of theirs is very good. I just forget the name.
John BL.
Hey, John BL.
I'm looking at Loudwire. There's a list. I think we actually talked about this one time and showed this.
Which on Loudwire?
Yeah, they're talking about 10 most underrated band.
We did show that.
It's just bands. I looked up metal
albums. If you haven't heard, I know I kind of broke them out, but if you haven't heard Queensryche's Operation Mindcrime, I don't even know what to tell you. Loudness, some, let's see, not Loudness. I love, not Thunder in the East. There was it Hurricane Eyes and what's the one with Ashes in the Sky? That's the one I really like. Because Akira Takasaki is an amazing guitar player.
Just can't spell his name.
Huh?
Just can't spell his name.
And they can't sing Rock and Roll Crazy Nights without the L's.
And Headstock Harem is correct. Y&T, what an amazing band. Any Y&T record is an underrated 80s record.
Summertime Girls.
Yeah, but that's not, I mean, forget it. There's so many better songs than that. That's just the hit. But there's so many better songs than that.
There are.
She's on a Mean Streak.
Mean Streak was very popular, though.
Yeah, but not as popular as some Summertime Girls.
Yeah, because it's girls. Let's see. AI Gaming brings up Black Pearl by Pat Travers. I haven't heard that. Let's see. Steelheart was good. Jason Lee brings up Jet Boy, and a lot of people like Jet Boy. I couldn't get into him.
Man.
I don't know. King's X. Absolutely. Great band.
I liked Over My Head, but that was pretty much it.
Man, that's loud. How'd that get so loud?
The single was I La 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 Love You. I got to check that out, man. I got to check that one out. Let's see. Metalhead Hippie says Eddie Murphy party all the time.
That's right. Don Johnson. What was the Don Johnson song with Dweezil playing guitar?
Heartbeat. And that was what? Dweezil Zappa?
Dweezil playing guitar, yes.
Yeah. That was actually a good song.
Tube Supio, I agree with you. King's X, one of the best trios ever. That and Rush. And I'll put Triumph in there as well.
I'll put Zebra in there.
Yeah, Zebra, yeah.
Who's Behind the Door? Love that song.
Tell Me What You Want.
Oh, Tell Me What You Want was a great one.
No, really.
Zebra, Long Island Boys, man. Huh?
Tell Me What You Want, really.
Yeah. Who's on first? No, Zebra was a great trio, man. Oh my God, his voice, Randy's voice was incredible. Those notes. Nice. Yeah. Johnny, you alive over there? Johnny? He's tucking chickens in. He's tucking chickens in his pants.
David Lee Roth band, absolutely, but they weren't underrated.
Yeah, they weren't underrated, but I love them. Holy shit. Talk about when you leave Van Halen and you want to get back at them when he says, Dave, you'll never amount to nothing without Eddie. Wow. That, and you come out with a video like Yankee Rose. Holy shit. What?
No.
Let me roll up onto the sidewalk and take a look. Yeah. Whoa. She's beautiful. I'm talking about a Yankee Rose. And he looks wild. Wow. Are you ready for the new sensation? Great song. Terrific video. Mark Dillon brings up Hurricane. Abso-fucking-lutely. And that's Rudy Sarzo's brother in there playing guitar initially, and then Doug Ulrich as well in one album. I think Doug Ulrich came on with what? Slave to the Thrill? Great band. Scorpions. Scorpions aren't underrated. They're one of the biggest metal acts across the world.
Mm-hmm. It was Kingdom Come that was underrated. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of overrated. I admit, I love that song. Do you like it? But I have to say, to be on that Monsters of Rock tour with the likes of Van Halen and Dokken and the Scorpions, and it's like Kingdom Come. Kind of, boy, you guys lucked out, man.
Well, they were the opener.
Sounding terrific band.
They were the opener. Right? There was no opener before all those guys, right? There was no local band at every stop.
I can't imagine anyone
think.
before Kingdom Come.
So what was the order? We know Van Halen was the headliner.
And what? Scorpions right under them?
Yes, it was Kingdom Come, Dokken, Metallica, Scorpions, and Van Halen.
Okay. Man, I'm in.
Let's go.
I'm ready.
Right, Ned? You want to go?
Mark Dillon, Crocus, Screaming in the Night. Talk about a great video that I saw a million times on MTV. Stephen S. says Sabotage. Absolutely. And Rip Chris. Rest in peace.
How about Scatterbrain? Scatterbrain was amazing too.
I like that one song on Scamboogery of Tastes Like Chicken. I like that song.
All right, well, would you consider them an 80s band or more of like an early 90s band?
When it comes to like pre-92, around there, you could still call them 80s bands because there's still that genre that kind of carried over into the early 90s. So even though they were 1990, I still call them an 80s band.
Okay.
Hurricane Alice. Vane. I loved Vane. I think Davey Vane was a great vocalist. Trouble Tribe. Adam Watt on guitar. I like Trouble Tribe. Here Comes Trouble. Firehouse.
Great band. Great band. They were a great band.
Great band. Bill Leverty.
Yeah. Friends with him. He's a good guy.
Yeah. Good band. Definitely. Iced Earth. Good band. Shotgun Messiah. Enough's Enough, we said earlier.
Yeah, not Ugly Kid Joe. Sorry, I can't stand that. I can't stand them.
Giants, same thing. Suicidal Tendencies was great. He did some great guitar work. What's his name in the Pirates hat? Who was the guitarist to Suicidal Tendencies?
David, what's his
Help
name?
me. Yeah.
Dave.
So underrated we don't remember his last name.
He was in Red Hot Chili Peppers too.
Navarro.
Dave Navarro, yes.
That's him. Yeah, terrific.
No. Come on.
Rocky George. There we
go.
go.
Talking about the Red Hot Chili
That's
Peppers,
John
Frusciante is back in the band.
On which one?
John Frusciante is back in Red Hot Chili Peppers. He's their longtime guitar. He was, I believe, their first guitar player. He's been in the band 3 or 4 times now. He's had bouts of trouble with
impotence.
That too, yeah. Heroin. He was a bad heroin addict, and I think he's He's back and like better than ever. Like really good. I think he's back after 10 years. So
Wow.
yeah.
Hey,
Like
listen, I love when
2007 or
bands
something.
reform, man.
Was it 2007 that he left?
It's over. It's like over 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ned, no.
No, Ned, no. That's enough out of you. Hey, listen, if we could get some thumbs up, because I've got to get out of here soon.
Yeah, me too. We all do, I think.
XYZ, absolutely.
I thought we were doing 10 hours tonight.
We're trying to beat the New Year's Eve show.
That was a talk, man. When Tone King came up to me at NAMM, I was with McKnight, and we met up with Tone King, and that was you were there. We
and he looked. He's like, "You guys are crazy."
He's like, I can't believe you guys did 9 hours. Yeah,
9 hours. Yeah, if you didn't watch the New Year's Eve show, we went a 9 hours straight marathon, welcoming in all the time zones
on all the planets.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Yeah, we talked about Uranus and yeah, listen, subscribe, leave thumbs up, tell your friends not to sue us. Drink Bang energy drink.
I wonder if I should podcast the 9 hour show.
And don't buy shitty guitars.
Yeah, try not to. Metalhead Hippie was there for the whole 9 hours.
No way, dude.
Well done, man.
The whole time? So was I. Oh, whoops. What is that? There's nothing there.
It doesn't show the devil horns.
Oh, okay, I see it. I'm on the other screen. I see
it's devil horns, but it doesn't show up on the top.
It's just a little box.
I like
That's what she said.
I like little box.
We all do.
Joe Hervey wants to know if I went to the Guitar Center in Selden yet. No, I don't think I've ever been in Selden.
Who's Selden?
Selden is a town out east on Long Island.
Isn't he one of the Big Bang Theory guys?
That's Sheldon.
That's Sheldon, and I've never seen it, but I know that.
Young Selden. Nice. What do you think, guys? Are we good tonight?
You got a date?
I got to get out of here.
He's got a date. He's got a date with a gunslinger.
Mm-hmm.
A handful of Vaseline and a tissue.
Yeah, I'm all right. Whenever you guys are ready, I got dialysis in the morning anyway. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I just got to get a couple of things done. Otherwise, I'd stay on for 3 hours.
Okay.
And you guys can.
Yeah. Yeah, we can stay on for 3 hours. Let me just mention really quickly that this is also a podcast, and so you can actually go to iTunes, Spotify,
Twatify.
Oh, I misspelled that. And actually, seriously though, check out what? Yeah. Seriously, check out the podcast. Let me know what you guys think of the sound quality. Because like I said, I do work. Once I'm done with this, I download this, and I'm actually sitting here with Ned, which is right there. I'm actually sitting here working on the audio for the podcast. So let me know what you guys think. And yeah, what Nightbot says, leave us 5 stars on iTunes.
Please.
Subscribe.
Tell your friends about the podcast.
Tell all your friends.
Everyone, even the ones you don't like, especially the ones you don't like. Stick it to them.
Yeah. Tell your strangers. Make flyers, drop them from airplanes. You know?
Make flies drop from airplanes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go hang gliding off of the top of a skyscraper with our logo on it.
Yes, without a hang glider.
And again, we love you guys in the audience. Thank you so much for joining us. Leave comments.
Yes, leave comments down below, and we'll be answering those next week. We'll save them for next Tuesday. And best comment, I'll pin to the top
Nice.
as well. So
Tom Harhai. Thank you, Joe Harvey. Thank you, everybody. We love you guys.
we love all of you, and we'll see you guys.
Take care, Joe Harvey.
Friday.
Friday.
Are we good for Friday?
We might have a guest on Friday.
Oh wait, that's the 21st.
Oh, you're not going to be here?
No, is that the 21st?
I'm talking with somebody right now that wants to come on a Friday.
Yeah, but
And
we
so-
have Darren Johansson on Friday.
This Friday?
If that's the 21st, yes.
Okay. All right, then we've got Darren Johansson this Friday.
Nice.
The video is already there. So if that's the 21st, okay. All right, so maybe next Friday, you guys will see somebody else on here.
James E-Rock too, man.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Yes. Podcast. Check out the podcast.
Check out the podcast with Blue Rhino.
Hey, Blue Rhino, meet Blue Microphone.
There you go. Blue Yeti.
Blue, whatever. Well, I guess that's not going to be seen. So there you go. Hey, 1, 2, check this thing on.
Leave thumbs up. We love you guys. Thank you.
Hello, hello.